What's good, YouTube? We back at it again. It is November 4th, Tuesday, past 4 o'clock p.m. You know what that means? The trade deadline is over. The smoke is starting to clear. Teams who made moves are starting to showcase themselves. Teams that sold are starting to wave the white flag saying, we good for the rest of the year. Y'all got it. Do your thing. We will be letting some of our young boys play just to see who we have. But other than that, not making that much noise. So let's check it out real quick. You already know what the Philadelphia Eagles did. You already know what we did. Michael Carter II. We already talked about it. Good corner. Jair Alexander. I'm hoping that he can return to the lockdown corner that he was prior to all the health problems and the health issues, the injury issues. And then we picked up Jalen Phillips to top it off with a little cherry on top to let everybody know we are all in on getting another Super Bowl. Howie did his thing. A lot of people was waiting around today for another trade. I heard little rumors talking about we might get one more player, but all in all, we were done. We gotta revise the roster, to make sure the spots are open, make sure that we put people where they need to be. And then we got this big game coming up November 10th. But what I wanted to do with y'all today real quick, I just wanted to go over and take a peek at the rest of the NFL, right? We already know the Philadelphia Eagles was able to get back to the number one spot without having to play a game this week. We're sitting number one with Tampa Bay, tied, correct? However, we have the breaking tie because we beat them earlier in the year. All right. So let's look at what happened today. Because first up, and I'm going to start with the NFC East. All I've been hearing already is the boys are back. The boys are back. Last time I remember, which was just last night, the boys was on their back. And you're back? You just lost to the Arizona Cardinals. And let me tell you what Jerry just did. Jerry took that L. All the media was asking him questions. And he's like, I got to pull my trigger now. I got to pull it on something. He gets a linebacker, Logan Wilson. And he says that he's like, I forgot who he compared him to. And we're sitting here like, how are you doing that? You can't compare him to that guy. You can't compare him. He was on the Cincinnati Bengals, one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and was benched. Now, I hope he does well because I want all players to be able to succeed, just not against the Eagles. But, bro, no, that's not who he is, Jerry. Stop lying to your fans. And then he goes out and pulls another move. He walks right into JetMart because JetMart is having a fire sale, and he says, I'll take Quinnen Williams. So he gets Quinnen Williams. That one is a good pickup. I'm letting y'all know now. That helps booster your defense. However, as long as you have Jerry Jones and as long as it's in Jerry world and it's playing by Jerry rules, your team and your boys will never be back. You heard it from here. That's my hot take. Now, good pickup still, nonetheless. Good pickup. Jerry Jones, football is secondary. He's worried more about oil. He's worried more about oil. I feel sorry for you Dallas fans. I had to think, I got to get rid of all my other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I feel sorry. Because he didn't do it just because he's trying to make a championship team. He did it because he had to do something. He got to keep y'all coming to buy them tickets. He wants the fans to fill up the stadium. But as far as the team is concerned, it helps your team because you did need better players on the defense, but you pretty much only got one player for the defense. Now, if the linebacker becomes something other than that, then that's all fine and gravy. You know what I'm saying? We got Zach Bond. New Orleans wasn't using him as a full-time linebacker. And we placed him in the right position. He became a great player. So I will never put that against another player. So, if Logan Wilson becomes something good, then it was a good pickup. But other than that, that's not what I'm seeing from Jerry. That was a quick pickup. So that's what's happening in the NFC East. Because no other teams pulled off anything. And to be honest with you, that's what's happening in the entire NFC. Because most of the trades were all in the AFC. All the trades were in the AFC. The Colts got better. The Colts went to Jet Mart. Fire sale at Jet Mart. The Colts went there and got Sauce Gardner. Oh my gosh. We got hired Alexander. But could you imagine if we had got Sauce Gardner with Quinyon Mitchell? Ouch. But the Colts look like the Colts are all in. The Colts are all in, Jerry. The Colts are all in. They went and became better with Sauce Gardner. You feel me? Then what else? I believe it was one more. Oh, the Ravens. Let's talk about it. The Ravens went. Now, we got Jair Alexander from the Ravens, but the Ravens went ahead and made a pick. Let's get that up for you. They made a pick and they went and got Draymond Jones, pass rusher. And anybody who's watching Baltimore, normally Baltimore's known for their defense. Defense has been struggling this year. So Baltimore, shout out. Definitely, Butter should be happy. Content creator Butter should be happy that Baltimore Ravens was able to pick up a pass rusher. So that's good for them. You know what I'm saying? Then Jacoby Myers got moved. Let me see if I could get that up there. Yeah, the Jaguars got Jacoby Myers. So I guess the Raiders are like, maybe the Raiders is giving up for this year too. And that's another franchise. So I apologize about the darkness. I normally have my lights up and everything, but not today. Let me see if I can make it a little better with my... Nope, can't do that. But yes, so that's pretty much it. Certain teams just stayed put. 49ers didn't make no moves. I don't think that's them waving a white flag. I think that's them saying they're not sure where they're moving, but they also have a lot of players right now. And players that's injured and will be coming back. And that's pretty much it, man. The Eagles did what they had to do. I mean, if you're an Eagle fan, you should be proud and very, you should be ready to see what's about to happen, right? Because we always know it doesn't matter what trade, because players have to succeed in the system that they are in, and sometimes it just does not work out, right? Jalen Phillips was a great pickup because he already succeeded in Vic Fangio's system. So that'll work. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're looking good. I'm sitting high. I'm waiting. There's nothing else going on. I can say this much, though. The players that the Philadelphia Eagles did get, when it comes to Jalen Phillips and when it comes to Michael Carter II, if you listen to their interviews, and I know sometimes it doesn't matter. When a player gets to another team, you say all the right things like, I'm happy to be here. This place is that, this, and the other. You know, things, yes, I'm going to love it here. But most of those two players have said something very interesting. And it goes to show where your value of your team is. They're not just saying like, hey, yeah, this is a good team. I'm glad to be here. Very, very happy to be. No, they're saying, I wouldn't play in no other team. I wouldn't have played in no other place. Now, we could get into all the rest of the stuff, like Jalen Phillips. You know, he only has a certain amount of time left on his contract. 1 year deal pickup. What are we going to do with him? 9 times out of 10, if he balls out his mind, we probably not going to be able to pick up that contract because we're going to be paying like Jalen Carter. We got a lot of other people upcoming that we're going to have to pay. And a lot of our money is sitting right on that offensive side of the ball. How we can make it happen? But, you know, that's pretty much where he's thinking, I believe. Even Jair Alexander, I mean, he signed on with Baltimore for a 1 year deal. And not only that, how about this? Baltimore's eating majority of that contract. I think they're eating the whole $6 million, and we're only subject to pay the $500,000. That's crazy work. So he might be a 1 year rental. Michael Carter II will be here for another year, at least 2 years. That's Coop's spot, though. So I'm still interested to see what's going to happen because you never know. Michael Carter's here to stay. So I'm still thinking that they might be thinking about letting Michael Carter II play outside cornerback, giving him a shot. And if we all know, sometimes you just got to give the person a shot. Because just like we did with Zach Baum, how'd that go? We all know how that went. So on that note, I'm William Upchurch. I holler at you later because it's getting too dark and I ain't got my lights with me. Apologies. But I got y'all on the next one, all right? So enjoy the rest of your day. Motivate to elevate. That's what we do. Please motivate somebody next to you. Kiss your loved ones, you know what I'm saying? That's important.